Well, Amazon is again trying to stay ahead of the times. The company is experimenting with a 30-hour work week.
Intriguing. The program is being tested on a small scale of individuals right now, but it could have far-reaching effects if implemented.
CBS News financial contributor Mellody Hobson joins us from Chicago to help break it all down. Okay, Mellody, what's Amazon's goal here in experimenting with this 30-hour work week?
So what they're doing is they are having a few dozen employees. Now, just keep this in mind. They have over 240,000 employees. A few dozen technical workers, interestingly, in the HR department, are participating in this 30-hour work week. They'll work 12 to 2, 4 days a week, and that way they can overlap 16 hours with their other colleagues.
HR gets to enjoy it. That's interesting because, in 2015, the New York Times published what was a very critical and damaging piece about Amazon's workplace culture, and we know that it bothered Jeff Bezos very much, the CEO of the company. Could this be in response to that in any way, or are they just trying to please HR?
I don't think that's the driver here. I really do believe it's about the fact that they need to attract the best and brightest people, and they have to be innovative in how they do that. In his own words, which he said to the Washington Post, which he happens to own, he said that it was about bringing together a diverse workforce, as well as he said that traditional employment may not be one size fits all in terms of a time schedule. So I think that does speak to the idea that they want more women inside of the company. Reportedly, 76% of their managerial positions are held by men, and yet, as you can imagine, their customer base has a lot of women who buy those products via Amazon. And I think also just being very clear about the fact those women may need more flexibility because of child rearing, etc. And this is a very competitive environment in terms of finding talented people, because we're closing in on full employment in America at 5% unemployment rate. So it gets harder and harder to find really great people.
Mellody, I'm looking at these hours, 10 a.m. to 2 p.m. Boy, this is fantastic for mom. I can drop my kid off and pick them up on the same day. Who stands to benefit the most from this?
I think you just hit the nail right on the head. I think women will benefit pretty dramatically, but I think it's not just a woman issue. I mean, there are a lot of dads who also are obviously very active and involved with their children. So I think I wouldn't want to be gender biased in my answer, but I think that a host of people can benefit. But keep in mind, I talked to one source in Seattle area in HR who made it very clear, you're not going to see some kind of wholesale change in terms of people working 30-hour weeks instead of Amazon. Amazon is a culture that's known for its hard driving culture, hard work. And so you'll see a population work these hours, but the company is not going to overnight be something different.
But it is an indication they are thinking and experimenting with new types of employment. And like you said, it speaks to a flexibility of the work schedule. They'll make 75% of what full-time employees would make and work those 30 hours. Can you see any other examples of big companies trying to be more flexible and move away from this rigid 40-hour work week that we've all come to know?
Well, one, I would think this is not surprising because Amazon is known as an innovator. So now they're innovating around some of their employment practices. I don't think that's surprising. I mean, they're trying to deliver packages via drones. In terms of other companies who are out there in this regard, you've seen the accounting firms like KPMG and Deloitte offered salaried employees a 30-hour work week. And, we think 30 hours, we think of hourly employees, but these are salaried positions. And I think we'll probably see more and more of this. It's probably just the beginning. But again, I would not take this so far as to, leave the impression that somehow these companies are going to be completely different. They won't.
Mellody Hobson giving us some of her insight and enthusiasm. Thanks for joining us today.
Thanks.